My guest on the program is the chairman, Kuje Area Council, Alhaji Abdullahi Sabo. How much was he given in 2021 for the development of the council? Why is kidnapping thriving in Kuje? These roads in Kuje have been the bane of its council's existence since its inception. Is there any hope that the roads can be fixed? Well, Alhaji Sabo addresses these issues and says he's doing his best. Malam Abdullahi Sabo, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
It's my pleasure.
Let's talk a bit about the security situation in Kuje, because Kuje, you know, apart from the prison, which is what a lot of people know Kuje for, unfortunately, it's also a very interesting farming area. It's where the bulk of the farming in the FCT happens. But there's also a lot of kidnapping in Kuje, and this is actually affecting a lot of the farming that goes on there. You're the chairman of that council. Tell us about how much of a problem this is for you and the residents.
Kuje Area Council is always tagged as the food basket of FCT. The rural areas are predominantly farmers, and there are a chunk of people here who are highly influential, who have farmland in Kuje Area Council. Before now, Kuje Area Council used to be one of the most peaceful area council. Of recent, there was invasion of the bandits in Kuje Area Council, who resort to kidnapping. But glory be to God, that have subsided.
Let's talk a bit about how many people have been kidnapped. Let's say in 2021. How many
An
kidnappings have happened
average
in
of
Kuje?
20 people have been kidnapped.
20 people?
20 people.
How much ransom has been paid?
Honestly, to the best of my knowledge, I don't have idea, because we don't pay ransom as government.
Not
And
the
even
government,
when
for
they
the
do-
people who have been kidnapped.
That's what
We
I'm
did
saying.
hear
They
there
cost-
are people who were paying ransom of 100,000 naira in Kuje.
What I'm saying, when we interact with people who are victims and tell them whether ransom has been collected, they don't want to disclose. Don't know whether it is the people who tell them not to do that. They always tell them that they were released. So I don't know how much was involved in terms of releasing the victims of kidnapping.
20 kidnappings in 2021. What have you
20
done about
people
that
were
situation?
kidnapped.
Oh, well, how many people have been
20
released?
people were kidnapped.
Yes.
And they were all released.
All of them were released.
20 people. Not
But
that
you're not
20
clear.
kidnapping took place.
But you're not clear on whether they paid ransom. A lot of them don't want to talk about it. Understandably
Yes,
so.
yes.
So what are you doing about that situation?
But as far as what have subsided, we're able to provide some vigilante, because we understand that the security apparatus of the government is not enough to be able to come to the area council because of the terrain.
So that's a direct statement to the FCT minister, that the security apparatus in Kuje is not sufficient to keep Kuje secure. You just said
It's
that.
not directly to the minister per se, because the minister is not in control of the security of the federation. So what we are saying
So
is
that's to the
known,
Inspector General of Police or to
that-
the FCT Police Command.
that is known facts all over the country, that the personnel within the security apparatus are not enough to be able to combat the situation of the country.
How many do you need in Kuje?
We
How many
need-
do you have?
we
And how
need-
many do you need? How many posts are there?
At the moment, as also in the insecurity situation, additional divisional police station was allocated to Kuje Area Council, that is coming between Kwali and Kuje, which is situated in Yabu, and we have additional one in Pegi. At the moment, we have about 4 divisional police office and about 8 outposts of police. It's not about the outposts, it's about the manpower.
So you need more. How many more do you need?
If you can get like 1,000,
1,000 people to guard Kuje.
yes, it's possible.
1,000 police officers.
You know the ratio, the international ratio of how many ratio of skilled people are to the citizenry.
So
you
what's
know, we're
the,
not
what
there
would the
yet.
ratio, if we give you if the Inspector General of Police or the FCT Police Command decided to send 1,000, you said 1,000 police officers to Kuje, what would be the ratio to the citizens?
Kuje Area Council has about 280 community and had 10 political ward, with a difficult terrain for now. And though we're able to, we're trying to see how we can make the community accessible, but by opening roads at the rural areas at the moment. For instance, every ward will be given an average of 10 policemen. Every political ward.
With that,
It
the
will reduce
level of
issue-
kidnapping would be
it will reduce
subsided?
not only kidnapping, the level of insecurity within the FCT or within Kuje Area Council will be reduced to the barest minimum.
Apart from kidnapping, what are some of the other things that you're facing in Kuje?
In terms of insecurity,
Yes, in terms of insecurity.
banditry was always, there used to be theft in the past.
Yes,
but
because that is actually another story about Kuje, the fact that there are a lot of robberies.
There used to be theft in the past, but now that they found kidnapping more lucrative and it's less in terms of risks, the impact of that. So the issue of robbery has been reduced to the barriers as far as Kuje Council is concerned. At least most of the people in Kuje Council now at the moment, in terms of robbery, they can sleep with their eyes closed.
You know, for a suburb, 20 people being kidnapped is quite a lot for a suburb. And you have to understand that for many residents of the FCT, they don't look kindly on area council chairmen. The reason is, most people do not know that you exist. Well, we know that there's an area council. We know that somebody must be manning this area council, but we hardly ever hear about who they are or what they do, because everyone knows that when there's an issue, we're in the federal capital, we call the police. The area council chairmen who have been given the job of securing this, you get allocations. All these things come to you. How can you engender more confidence in your people? Because it's not just about you. It's other area council chairmen in the FCT, to be honest. We don't know who you are. We hear your names like mysteries. And then when it's time for elections, we suddenly start to see a lot of you come out of the woodworks.
It's easier to say that we don't do anything because maybe that is the perception. But I want to tell you that we're doing a lot as area council chairman. It's not easy to deal with people at that level. You walk up every day, you see people, you interact with them, you go to them, and those people are people who they live in their own world. Let me use that word. So you deal with them according to the situation and according to their character and characteristic. So we are visible. We are doing our best to make sure that that third-tier government at least make an impact to an average citizen in the society. So it's not true when they say you are not visible or only surface when elections are around the corner. I don't think it's true.
Let's talk a bit about the access roads. You said 5 roads.
5 streets.
5 streets. That's in
road,
how long? How long did it take to do these 5 streets?
In less than 1 year.
So in a year, 5 streets in Kuje?
Within Kuje Metropolis.
Within Kuje Metropolis.
But we've opened up more than 10 roads in the rural areas.
One of the reasons why people have been complaining about the banditry in Kuje is the fact that the access roads to Kuje, those are not roads. Those are rocks. You're navigating through rocks. That's how it is.
To the glory of God, we've reduced that to the barest minimum as it is today.
How? 5 streets. The access road to Kuje is still a problem.
Access road where?
The access road to Kuje. And apart from that, when bandits enter into a place, what makes it easy for them to be able to commit their crimes and go away is the fact that they cannot be chased.
That's what I'm saying. And because of that, that's why we're able to now have to open roads in the rural areas, and the ones that are in bad shape, we're able to rehabilitate it so that to be motorable, so that will be easier access to people in case of any.
Which roads are you talking about?
We're talking about Darka Hunegadabke Road, which is hard-band road in Nasarawa State. We're talking about Darka Road. We're talking about Yanche Road, which previously kidnapping has taken place there, but now to the glory of God, that road is motorable. Today, if you go to Kushiako in Kuje, by the special grace of God, we've changed the narrative. Today, the road is not only accessible, but it's motorable to the glory of God. We have Wall Street, we have Angonzara. Most of those roads before they are dilapidated, but to the glory of God, today people ply that road as if they are in the city.
Malam Abdullahi Sabo, good luck.
It's my pleasure.
And thank you very much for being with us on Dateline Abuja.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks to Alhaji Abdullahi Sabo and to all who spoke to us on the program this week. The FCT is preparing for area council elections. As residents of the nation's capital, the coming elections afford us the opportunity to elect political leaders in our local communities. We complain so much about the poor infrastructure in the FCT, especially in the suburbs. The people we elect on February the 12th, 2022, are charged with the responsibility of fixing this infrastructure. We must hold them to account. Let's get to know them and insist they do their jobs. Get involved. Please come out and vote. It's about 2 weeks from now, so you have the time to make up your mind. That's Dateline Abuja this week. Please let us know the happenings in your neighborhood using the social media handles showing right now on your screen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayla Magwa. See you next time.